Alright, hey guys! Hope you guys have been well. Getting my last things ready here and we'll get rolling. Gonna make another mimic today. Yesterday I made the door in case you missed that. Just waiting for everything to go through so I can do my checks and whatnot. There we go. Alright, music is a tad loud. There we go. Alright. Perfect. Okay, let's get rolling. So similar to yesterday, it's not going to be as much sculpting and a bit more like modeling techniques. So, making an outhouse today, made of wood, so I'll do my first step and just make a wood plank. The reason that I don't just make like one asset, like just a plank of wood and keep reusing it, is because I do want to make sure that it looks somewhat different each time. Yeah. I was out at the barn today, so I'm all sleepy. It was 92 here today. It was hot. So I didn't ride, but because he's been really sore on his feet, but working my horse was exhausting. Very hot. So a little more sleepy, probably not gonna be as chatty today, but happy to be here as always. Alright, let's go ahead and brighten this up before I forget. There we go. Alright, make this a bit taller. Not too tall though, because I'm going to have the door frame, everything around it, and the roof, so I don't want this to be too large. Similar to last time, I'm going to do this out of symmetry, that way it's not too perfect looking. Excuse me. Alright, I'm gonna go to Lazy Mouse, gives me a little bit more control. Still a little too harsh, I'll turn down the Z intensity. And turn off perspective as well. Just makes it a little easier when I'm actually constructing the building. And then I'll go through without an alpha on and just add some notches. Alright, now I'm going to add some larger cracks on the side. Alright, so there's our plank of wood. Both sides look good, so I'll be flipping them as I make it, that way it's not all just identical looking. Gonna reset my brush. Alright. Looks good. I'm going to be varying like how far the boards stick out, because if they're like perfectly flat, they look kind of weird. See, this is my name, says hello, hey. Autocorrect on the last one, but M3DM, can I call you Mia? Yes. Mia, M3DM, Mia K. I respond to all of them. Right. So for this one, I'm going to smooth out the cracks right here because I do want to look a little less uniform. There we go. I think just 4 planks would be fine. This one a little bit thinner. Yeah, it's all those little asymmetrical details that really sell it. Alright, so that will be our door. Go ahead and merge these down. Oops, I didn't want to merge the last one, but it accidentally like double clipped. Okay, that's fine. What I can do is I can select this. There we go. Split mouse points. And there we go. Now I have it back. Alright, and then now I'm going to build the rest of it. I'm going to do this in a slightly darker wood. Not that much darker. There we go. Excuse me. Also going to unify this, make sure that's the center point, and then I'll build everything around the door. Just small things that make using ZBrush much easier. Alright, there's one. Let's see. Yeah, I'll do a frame for the door too. Looks like it's slightly tilted back, but might just be the perspective. Not too worried about it. If it's an issue later, I'll fix it then. There we go. I do have a reference, so kind of looking at that for key points of how this is made. That looks good. This should go out to the edges. I don't want this plank on the side. It's just being silly. Let me just mask one so that way it doesn't get confused. There we go. Plus, I want to stagger him anyway. Alright, that's coming along. This piece definitely needs to be wider. And then later I'll go through here and make sure like this is weird because this is the same board, just flip. And I'll go through and mess up those details. This is a little tall, but I think it's okay because when I put the roof, the roof on, I can just, a lot of this will be covered up anyway. See, Maniac is here. Hello. Right. Should probably start building, like, walls at some point. That looks about the right size. Oops. That's not what I wanted. Oh, I see. So right now I'm just isolating one plank of wood, and then I'm going to use that to fill in the rest of the walls. I'll probably end up making them thicker later on too. All the little irregularities and stuff really help sell it. And then these being so symmetrical looks really weird, but I decided I'd go through and break up the details on those after the fact. Looks decent. And I'm trying to figure out where all my pieces are. How I want to split them up. Go, looks good. Maniac says, how much time do you spend on each miniature? I'm trying to get faster. Do you reuse stuff same time? Yes, I reuse stuff all the time. As much as I literally possibly can, I reuse stuff. As far as how long May takes, I mean, that's so hard. Like, I don't know. I make dragons, I make outhouse mimics. I really can't give you an answer. Between 1 to 30 hours, I don't know. If you give me like a specific like creature or character, I can kind of give you a better estimate. I just make a lot of different stuff. If you're trying to get faster, the biggest thing I'd recommend is just pay attention to what you're slow on, honestly. Simple as that. And then be less slow. It sounds silly, but yeah. That's what helped me the most. I used to be like horribly slow at posing. Like, oh my goodness, it would take me a whole day to pose a model. And now it can take me as quick as like 20 minutes. My dog's snoring in the background. I don't know if you can hear that. So I'm not too worried about what I'm merging because I can just do auto groups, the poly groups, and split them apart whenever I want. Assuming I don't dynamesh or something. Just gonna put this here before I forget. Just make sure that has a floor. Since you asked that question, Maniac, I'm trying to think of what's the longest I ever spent on a model. I don't know if that's a good comparison, because I think the longest I've ever spent was close to like 20 to 40 hours, but it didn't come out like super good because I was still learning. So like, it doesn't necessarily mean, you know, that's better the longer you spend on it. All right, I'm gonna go through here and break up the details a bit. ZBrush is glitching a little bit for me right now. There we go. I'm just going to reset all brushes because my smooth brush is like not working at all. It is a lot of points. That's probably why. I'll just do trim dynamic instead. That'll give me more variation in the wood anyway. Oops. Let's go to the alpha that I like to use and make it not so harsh and turn on backface mask. So I knew I kept a high poly for some reason. This is why. So the main thing I'm trying to do is get rid of like the this little like dent right here and at the top and towards the bottom is what makes it like obvious. It's just the same piece replicated a bunch of times. So I'm making sure to break that up. It already looks a lot better. There we go, that's better. So I'm actually going to delete these walls too, because why go through the work? I don't have to. And I'll just use these to make the other walls too. Because I'm not worried about each wall looking the same, I just don't want each plank of wood that's side by side looking the same. And then I'm gonna turn it without any poly paint, just to, like double check. Like this jumped out to me immediately as being the same. So I'll get rid of that. There we go, that's good enough. I'm happy with that. Also gonna make it a bit wider. I'll bring out the textures too, make it easier to paint. There we are. Two Clutes here, hello. Oh, and Clute, right before you got here, Maniac was asking about how long it takes to make a mini. I didn't really give a great answer because like it just varies so much. I wasn't sure if you wanted to give your 2 cents on that and like tips that you did to get faster. For me, just reusing stuff constantly and just being really brutally honest with what I'm being slow on, which was posing for the longest time. I was so slow with posing. Much, much better now. Oh, and we're making a mimic outhouse, in case you were curious. Made a door yesterday that came out pretty sweet, which you probably saw because I put it in the Discord. Alright, it's looking like a wooden building. I've noticed a lot of outhouses have like this little plaque right here. I don't even know what it's for. I'm just going to put it up there because I liked the detail. Let's see. What else do I want to add? I'll probably add some door hinges too. So I'll grab a cylinder. Yes, I would grab a cylinder. Try and think of how I want to make this. Let's go for a boring gray. Divide it a few times. Stagger this ever so slightly. Let's do twice as many. I'll make it a bit smaller. Go. Put a tab on this, which I will do by making... I'll just use a cube. Taper on this. I'll put a bolt on the edge. Yeah, I'll just do that. I think it needs some wear and tear. Just a little bit, just so it doesn't look perfect. Go ahead and merge these down. Show everything again. Yeah, let's move this over here. Flatten this really quick. There we go. Though I don't have to worry about there being a gap between this piece and the door. That's weird. A little glitch right there. Don't know what that was from. Alright, just duplicate another one right here. That looks about right. Looking very door-like. I'll put the little crescent moon, of course. And then Clute says, for sure, reusing assets helps speed up my process, right? And it's fun because, like, I have models for... I could just reuse everything pretty much. It's really nice. Alright. Clute says, it's best to think about your assets as base shapes that you can work from. Definitely. Kind of like how Mia starts with the humanoid base mesh. Most of the geometry is there, but changing proportions and inserting more details makes it unique. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think at this point, I feel like the more adept I become at sculpting, I'm really just becoming like a glorified kit basher, and honestly, I'm okay with that. Because it always takes a lot of skill to make everything meld and it's so much more about design for me at this point than it is like literal techniques. So it's a lot more fun. I'm just like really thinking a lot more about like what's the silhouette look like, how does design read versus how do I make a plank of wood. Like that's not a concern anymore. I'm like whatever, this is good enough, you know. Oh, Indigo's here. Hello. Right. We're making a mimic outhouse, just in case you were wondering. It just looks like a wooden tube at this point, but we're getting there. All right. I'm avoiding the roof if it's not obvious. It sounds silly, but like I'm avoiding the roof because I have a really hard time building roofs in Minecraft. Like specifically, like my boyfriend's really good at it. Now it's like really fancy, but mine just look like a square. I don't know. So I'm like, cool, I got this part. But the roof, I'm just like how pointy do I want it to be? I don't know. This is nothing like Minecraft. I don't know. All right. I have a plank of wood somewhere, or I can just grab one. That's the base. Those are the walls. If I labeled these, this would make this faster. What piece is even... Ah, this piece. See, I knew I'd forget about the bottom. Alright, I'll just take a plank of wood. I will take this one. I really should decimate some of this. I'm at 16 million points because like one plank of wood is like way too high folly. I will do that right now actually. Once I split this. Alright, am I going to change this at all? A little bit. That's obviously the same piece and looks very reused. Oops, no color. There we go. And good enough. Happy with that. All right, let's move this out of the way. Where are you going? There we go. And now I'll start decimating some of these pieces because this does not need to be 4 million points. I just, eh. All right. Decimation master, pre-process current. There we go. Clute says, sure, you can spend 30 minutes, several days, re-sculpting something, or you can modify something you've made and focus on design, which is what really makes a mini. 100%. I feel like it's a good reason why a lot of my recent work looks especially better. It all looks same quality level, more or less, but there's less on the models. I've noticed my models are a lot less cluttered in general. I don't know, sometimes earlier on when I was trying to like design minis, it's hard not to think more is more, you know? So I'm like, ooh, more belts, more bags. At this point, it almost feels like my models don't have enough on them, but then when I print them, I'm like, God, this reads so much better. The basis says, smart mimic. Jose is one, as the one building no one's gonna question hearing screams coming from. I think I'd be concerned still, but yeah, good one. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, goodness. Oh, this is still computing. Cool, I'll just take a little break. I probably should have dynamushed this first. Oh well. And for those of you who missed the very beginning of the live stream, I'm super sleepy because I went out to the barn today and worked my horse. And it was 92. Why is it so hot? It's October. Eh. Also, why am I not used to the heat yet? I've lived here my whole life. That changed the color ever so slightly. Whatever. Alright. I'll go ahead and merge all of this together and decimate all of it. Yeah, this is 9 million points. There's like nothing going on. Again, I made one plank of wood and then didn't realize it was 400,000 points. Have to be somewhere around there. Maniac says, what is the smallest detail at 32mm scale that still reads imprinted? Is it fingernails, eyelashes? I don't work with 32mm scale, so I'll just give my answer in 28, and then you can like guarantee 32. Eyelashes. Those read. And I don't mean like eyelashes, like, oh my gosh. Like, I don't do fiber mesh, is what I'm trying to say. Like, it's an actual sculpted piece. Kind of like if you look like Overwatch characters or like women that have eyeliner on, I sculpt eyeliner on, not like individual eyelashes. And those read at 28mm scale. Fingernails, not really. I mean, if they're long, like on a, yeah, like acrylics, but on like men, like not really. Let's see. Mihir says, I've been wondering the same thing. 90 plus in October is just wrong. Right? Like, I'm just trying to have a good time. It's fine. I wouldn't be writing it right now anyway, because he's lame-ish. Whatever, we're working on it. It's been consistently getting warmer, so not being used to it is normal. Thank you, global warming, right? Yeah. Let's see, Clute says, it kind of depends on the proportions. That's true. But there's a reason Mia's eyelash is a solid bar. Yes. 100%. And I just started to really like it. I've always loved eyeliner. I think it looks super nice. I just recently started practicing it on my own face. I'm just not crazy about it on my own face. I don't know. You have to have like, it just makes your eyelashes disappear. Then all you see is eyeliner. And I've never worn false lashes. I'm never going to glue something to my face. Like I draw the line, like I love makeup. Lipstick is cool. I'll smear things on my face, but gluing something to my face, I can't. I draw a line. Maniac says, yeah, no individual lashes. I was referring to it as an eyelash mess. Right. Sorry, I know you know what you're talking about. My bad. That probably came across as condescending. But yeah, I'm glad you know what I'm talking about. Again, it's like the sleepy brain right now. Like, I think I have a headache, but I don't know. Like, it's not painful. I just feel sluggish. My dog is like full stretched out next to me. I think he's just far enough away though to where I can't get him in camera, but otherwise I would. Would you finish? Again, I really should dynamesh this first. It's okay. I kind of wanted to take a break right now anyway. But yeah, I hope you guys have been good. If you have any other questions right now, feel free to ask because I'll do my best to give a good answer because I have nothing else to do right now as this is post-processing. Oh, I really liked what you made most recently, Clute, that you posted in the Discord. The double axe, that was so freaking cool. Looked really good. Mihir says, I'd recommend coffee, but since you drink more creamer than coffee, it wouldn't necessarily help with this headache sleepiness. That is true. Yeah, no, I can drink coffee like a few hours before bed because it just doesn't affect me. Hey, Faces asks, how is Burb doing? Burb has been like especially happy recently. Like I don't know what's in the water, but like he's just super happy every single day. It's nice. He does, like, I say that, like, he wakes up in a mood sometimes. Like, it's very, very cute. I always open his cage. It's open pretty much 24/7, except for when he sleeps. I put a blanket over so it's dark enough. But there are days, like, where he'll sit on the outside of his cage, where the gate's open, and he'll just chirp and sing all day. That's how he's been the last week or so. And then there's days where he does not leave the top corner of his cage, and he's just mad. I don't know why. Like, he is great. There is so much personality in the 1.2 ounces that is his existence. Alright, I'm finally gonna make the roof. Which I can't see why it would be that hard, but for some reason I'm like concerned about it. Alright, that wood color doesn't really match. So let's just tint it with the other color. There we go. So I'm thinking of just doing like the beams and putting like, not thatching, but like, you know, the little squares on top. Here, I don't read. There we go. This makes it easier for me for some reason. I can like visualize what's gonna look like better. I definitely thought those were gonna meet, and they didn't. which is fine. Right. So this should be in the front, and then there's like a few every now and then. That's decently proportioned, I think. I'll grab one of these. Oops. There we go. I'll just put this back in the middle. Seems fine to me. And then obviously I'll have to fill in this little top section. Doing this roof would be a really good time to use like array mesh, but I haven't used it since I did a lesson on it. Completely forgot about it. Because I just want to make a panel. Oops. I'll leave it at this angle. Nah. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do that and then just throw a bunch of I don't know what it's called. Each individual like roof tile. Probably just tiles. Main access is Discord patron only. Yes. Let's see, Clute says, thank you. I like how this turned out. Yeah, it's excellent. Yeah, I need to make that flat edge. Do I really though? Like how well constructed does this outhouse really need to be? Didn't expect it to do that. Interesting. Roof is too big. Like, why is it out of symmetry? What is that? What are you doing? Ah, right. Never mind. I know what it's doing. So if I just make one tile, I can just keep drawing it on. Yeah. What does the tile look like? I need shingles. Thank you. I keep saying tiles. My god. Anyway, let me look at the top because the reference I have for an outhouse doesn't look like that. Some of these outhouses have a much more simple design than what I did, and I regret making mine look like a small cottage. It's fine. Can't believe I couldn't remember what it's called. They're called shingles. Oh my god. All right. I'm gonna grab a cube, squish it. I think one subdivision looks good. Maybe I'll like just put a slight taper on it. This time I'm remembering to pre-process this. 20,000 points, should be plenty. I'm not sure how well this is going to work, so I guess we're going to find out. Yeah, see, it's being done. I forgot what orientation it's relative to, but that's fine. Okay, so that means I should be like this is how I want it. Oh goodness, it made one for every piece. That's not what I wanted. That's fine. Here we go. It works now. It's kind of cute. I am starting to like this. I need to put the little crescent moon on it to like sell it. And the Maniac says, is it for M3DM or M3DM Learn? Yeah, there's one for both, but the one that you would probably want would be M3DM. I mean, you could get into both either way. I only advertise one on each to make it like really clear, but you can get the invite for both if you go to one. Alright, I kind of want to play with array mesh, but like this realistically was only going to take me like 5 to 10 minutes less than to do this, so I don't know if it's worth me even trying to remember. I think I might put too much taper on this. It's fine. Alright, make sure I split mass points. Heard something weird. I think it might just be the background music I have. Excuse me. Excuse me. So the shingles I see on my reference are completely straight across, but I think I want them not consistent. Is this gonna fit perfectly? Because that would be great. Kind of. What are you doing? Why are you not moving that one? There we go. I guess it was masked, but wasn't showing the mask. Alright, so I was doing a roof. I'm pretty sure you do the bottom lowest first, and then you stack up. So I will put this here. Pretty sure. I guess it doesn't really matter as long as I'm consistent. Also, I'm making these very thin. Oh well, it's too late now. Why is it doing this? Stop. It's fine. It fixes it if you just mirror and weld, but I don't understand why I have to do that in the first place. I'm gonna slowly move farther and farther away from that top layer, but I think I can just angle it at the end and all will be well. If not, I'll deal with it then. I mean, it sure looks nifty from right here. Looks kind of weird, like tufts of grass, but that wouldn't be inaccurate. What I'm going for. There we go. I could just throw a layer underneath too. Ah, that's what I should have done from the beginning. That's fine. Can I just duplicate this whole thing and just be finished with the roof? Because that would be cool. I regret this. So I will save a duplicate just in case this is a mistake. So I feel like I am right at the halfway point. Stop doing that there, Mirror and Weld. Okay, it's kind of working. I know array mesh was the way to do this, but I don't remember how to do that. I mean, did I try it all? No, but I'm just not in the mood to learn something right now. No, let me hide my backup. There we go. I was right to be afraid of this roof. This is kind of hard. It's cute though. It's a very nice roof, and now I don't know what to do at the top. So I'm just going to make it up. Alright. This piece turned out to be useless, I think, so I'm just going to delete that. You know what? Let's not delete it. Let's be smart. I will just hide it, and if I need it, it will still be there. Try and get out of the habit of just deleting everything. I think I'm done with it, because sometimes I'm not. Take a little T-beam. Makes sense. I'll do another one. Make it longer. I think that looks good. Let me just make it tall, like it's intentional. Yeah. I'm sure someone will look in the comments and be like, well, I've made a roof and this makes no sense. They usually stagger like bricks. That makes sense. That way, water doesn't go into the actual roof. That makes sense. That's so practical. I'm definitely missing like a single row of tile right there. Shingles. I'm like just against. My brain keeps throwing it out. Let's put this. Okay, I kind of like how they cross up. It wasn't intentional at all, but I like it. I'm going to keep it. Doesn't make sense. It doesn't have to. Right. Yeah, I think that's nice. These definitely need to connect though. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna delete this because I don't think I need anything else to do with the roof. Okay, now I just need a bunch of vertical ones to fill that in. I'll grab this one. Doesn't look super good as far as texture goes, so I will Dynamesh it and scribble some wood on it. That looks woodish. How does this meet? I think it just sits on top of it. I'm not showing any screws anyway, so don't have to be too technical about it. There we are. And mirror and weld. Oops, other way. Alright. Perfect. And how do I get rid of that top part? I'm just going to mask it. Yes. Polygroup it and delete it. How about that? Oh, works. Am I surprised when stuff like that doesn't work the way I'm expecting it to? I'm always glad when it does. Alright. Duplicate this. Spin it around from the center. And just pop it on the back. These probably could have just stretched to the top, but that's not how I did that. I now feel like I need to put some sort of like piece of wood or something on it. So that is what I'll do. Small detail, I just feel like it needed that. I kind of think it needs one on the front too. I don't know. Is this house going to be one piece? Yes. The shingles are usually staggered. I probably should have clarified. Oh cool, I staggered them. That makes sense. I swear, all the references I'm looking at, they are not staggered. They are... maybe they are. Maybe between rows. I can't tell, it's all the same color, and this reference image is so blurry. Anyway. Mihira says, I was trying very hard not to mention that this is how roof is made. Since you mentioned it, yeah. This is not how roof is actually made, but hey, it's art, not real life. Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. I mean, I know they've been redoing the roofs around the apartments next to me, and yeah. It's like this, all this like fabric like stuff that you roll out first, and that seems to take 2 weeks in itself. I think it looks nice though. I'm happy with it. Actually, I know it looks nice. There we go. Let's put some turn on perspective. It looks so not used to not having perspective on. It looks ridiculous. I don't think I'm gonna do the mimic part of this. The roof does not fit on this the way it's supposed to. I can adjust that later, the proportions of it. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do the mimic part of this today because I am just tired. All right. Now, as far as the little crescent, let's go ahead and do that. Need to get the shape first. I think I can just like subtract 2 circles and then subtract that from this. That sounds right in my head. Let's see if I can do it. Where is the cylinder? There it is. I'm losing steam, guys. Oop. All right. And let's make this a different color so I can actually see the difference. There we go. Let's make this really wide, layer this on top. That looks like a moon, what I'd be left with. I mean, that's kind of cool. It's like a sun and a moon. Anyway. Oh, I should save too. House. Normal. Alright. And then oh, this is the same piece? What the heck? It's not supposed to be. I can still split them apart. I'd be very sad if I couldn't. Okay, cool. There we go. It's being silly. Alright, so I want to subtract this. Pretty sure this is how you do this. I don't remember, because I never do this operation. You know they both need to be dynameshed. What the heck is going on? Where this keeps like... Delete, head, and stop it. There we go. Alright, dynamesh, dynamesh. If I go to... I merge them and dynamesh again, supposedly this will just disappear. It's what's supposed to happen. But I always get this backwards on how I'm supposed to do this. Alright, merge down, dynamesh. Damn it. See, I had it flipped. I'm just left with what I started with. It's fine. I saved. Let me open and flip him. Where is my UI? Config, restore custom UI. There it is. Alright, this should work. Haha. Oh yeah, live bullying would have been like way easier way to do that because I can actually visually see how it's happening. But sometimes live bullying just throws errors at me for fun, I swear. Like it can be like the simplest object and it's like, you know, no, just not doing it. Makes sense. Alright. Am I gonna do the same thing where I forget what I was supposed to do? No, I'm not, because I'm just gonna do live boolean. Because I can actually see what's happening. Makes my life so much easier. Bam. Please just work. It's thinking. Dynamesh way definitely is like faster if you do it right the first time. If you need like clean details, then this is probably always, excuse me, better way to do it. Alright, and then it makes a different object, doesn't it? I don't know why it did all of that too. No worry. It took me so long to figure out that it creates a separate tool. That was a whole ordeal in itself. Alright, so this is very cute. The proportions are pretty, fucky. It's so tall. Why is it so tall? This is like a gigantic outhouse. Luxury outhouse. Alright, let's fix that. The door is fine. I'm fine with that. Just squish. Alright, the best way to do this would be the front and back at the same time, but it's probably not how I'm going to do this. You know what? I can just do this in Transpose Master. Let's just fix the roof size first. Look how crooked it is. Alright, I'm going to have just the roof showing to make sure this is kind of centered the way I want it to be, which it's not. It's not too far off, it's just the centerpiece. Alright, let me go to polygroups, auto groups. There we go. There we go. Small adjustment. Alright, this is fine. Happy with this. I can do this one more time, but with symmetry turned on. Much better. Like, this just looks weird. Scrunch it up, bring this down. Still feel like it's not centered. It's fine. Gonna merge these two pieces down really quick. Yeah. Fixing the roof went a long way. I don't know if I have to worry about. The rest of proportions look fine. I do want inside of that not to be that weird color though. There we go. Making the door was definitely more fun, but it's fine. I think most of you guys were here yesterday for the door. I'm going to show it to you anyway. So this is my normal boring door. Looks like a door. Woo. And then much more excitingly, revealed door, which I just love. I think this looks like so much fun. Bam. Revealed door. It puts my outhouse to shame a little bit, but it's okay. I felt the same way about my door before I put the revealed form, so bam. Love this. I'm just gonna let this sit on the screen. Okay. How long has it been? Yeah, it's been an hour. See, yesterday at this point, I had done the door, both versions of the door. It's taking me an hour just to make the outhouse. Just tired. I'm definitely good. You know what? I might drink some coffee that's only like 10% creamer. We'll see. My current ratio, I honestly think is close to like 25%. It's cute. Alright, what did I miss? Clute says, excuse me. I have the same struggle all the time. I'll boolean a folder and let's give me some wacky errors, right? And then I hate, like, you can go to show errors and like, it's helpful sometimes, but a lot of the times it's like, this makes me more confused. One thing, I don't know if you've ever used this, that does help though. If I go to this little dude, the gear, and go to remesh by union, that does fix like all of my errors, depending. Just in case you haven't used it before. Just make sure that when you do that, because this threw me for a loop, that you hit accept up here, because you'll do it, and then it doesn't actually do it. It's just like, here, you have to click accept. So yeah, just let you know. However, if you ever want to scale them up and print smaller statues, always nice to have the option. Yes, that is not a boring door. That mimic is so good. Aw, thank you, Clute. That is such a good reaction. Holy hippo spit. Oh, that's great. I was going to say hippity split or something. That's why I didn't say it the first time, because I was like, I know I'm reading that wrong. Thank you, Clute. That's such a good reaction. I'm really happy with it too. I was joking yesterday. I'm like, this is like my favorite thing I've ever made. And now that I've looked back at it, I'm like, I think so actually. It was so much fun to make. And yeah, the stream for that's up on YouTube. It's not on my website yet. So if you want to like click through and see how I did the face, it happened really fast actually. I just used a mouth brush and then, God, my voice is shot today. A mouth brush and then some default teeth actually. I didn't sculpt the teeth individually. Usually I do. And then like put the gums around it and stuff. But for this, the distortion looked better. So yeah. I think I'm just going to leave you guys with a really... a normal outhouse. Because I'm just not feeling making it spooky right now. And after the door was so good, I don't want to make it you know? Here, a couple small details before I go, though. I think this bar needs to be on the front, too. Yeah, it just needs it. Neat. So many different subtle shades of brown here. I like the roof a lot, actually. That's done. I'm not crazy about how uneven this is. I might trim that later, but this is what we got. I love how janky the roof is up here and that this is just cross tiles. I think it looks adorable. And I swear I've seen that before. It's not shingles magically splitting through each other like it is here, but I know I've seen something like that before. I would poop in that. Thank you guys. That's the only model that I'm okay with you guys saying that about, of course, but I appreciate it. It means a lot here in this context. Ah, goodness. Okay, yeah. I definitely have a headache now that I've started laughing. You guys are great. I'm going to sign off. I'm going to get some coffee. I'm going to come back tomorrow. Okay. I didn't plan a live stream tomorrow because I have D&D at 11:30 a.m. But my DM mentioned he's probably going to cancel, and it hasn't been official yet. So, may or may not live stream tomorrow. I probably will. I do like doing this. Alright, guys. Have a lovely rest of your evening. Bye.